Hey guys, so I'm finally making that video for you that I told you I'd make like 3 days ago. Um, I had a request come in on doing a video on becoming a teen parent and if I think it's a good or a bad idea and what my thoughts are on it and all that. So, here it goes. Um, don't. I mean, that's really all I can say about it. I mean, there are instances like if you have gone, like, on a rare instance here, like you've gone to a technical school, you have a career under your belt, you're in a steady relationship, and you feel like the timing is right. Granted, for me, I would still say no, just because, I mean, you'd be like 19, maybe turning 20 soon. I mean, you still got like your years to live out there. I mean, 19 through probably like 26, I would say, is like a prime time of your life where you're supposed to get out all that fun stuff that you say you're going to do, but you don't do because you're not an adult yet. I mean, for me, I kind of missed out on the whole period. I'm going to miss out on that whole period, but I mean, I look at it in a different way than most people now. I mean, it's just really drinking, partying, doing drugs, all that, exploring who you truly are. I mean, I kind of already know who I am. I'm a father to 3 kids. I am the financial support of my home, and I make sure that no matter what, I try and keep food on the table, and I try and do the best that I can to be the best dad that I can, and that's just who I am. And other people might identify differently, because I know there's a lot of teen parents out there who, at first, I mean, if you look back on the track record of all the teen parents that were around when Rebecca and I got pregnant with Caden, only one that I know of is still together with each other. So that's kind of saying something. So there's a lot that goes on in that time because you feel conflicted. You feel like you're going to be missing out on a lot. And if you're wanting to be that crazy, stupid teenager that you always wanted to be, then yeah, you're going to be missing out on a lot. You have a responsibility at the house now. You can't just go out and party whenever you want to. You can't just leave the house whenever you feel like. You have to stay home. You have to change diapers, quoting Ricky Lake, every hour on the hour. um, I mean, your life will just completely change. It's no longer about you. It's about your child. And it's about the family you built. And if you're ready to accept that responsibility at such a young age, I mean, I would still advise against it. I mean, granted, a lot of people are probably going to be like, well, that's kind of controversial considering that you did it at 17. It wasn't my choice at 17. Granted, it was unprotected. So, yes, I knew the risk I was taking, but did I ever expect it to happen? No. Like, I would never have expected that Caden would have been born when I was 18 years old, just getting out of high school. I would have never expected to drop out of college, the college that I was, I guess, destined to go to, quote unquote. And I never thought that I would drop one of my favorite sports. I never thought that I would lose most of the friends that I did. But I did a lot of growing up in that time, and I don't really have friends. I mean, I have a few people that I still keep in contact with, but we don't really hang out. I mean, the majority of people that I know is the people at work, my family, and my wife and kids. That's who I know. That's like just my life right now, and I'm okay with that. So, take what I say for advice wise, like, it is not a good idea. If I were to lie to you and tell you that it was, I would be doing you guys wrong, and I shouldn't. I'm not like that. I will be straight up honest with you. It will be hell. Okay, I know that you guys probably just saw the video where I dropped the F bomb. Again, I didn't know I was on camera, and I shouldn't have said it in the first place, so sorry about that, but I was really having a hard time with that bottle cap. Um, Anyways, get back on subject here. I I would be lying to you guys if I told you that it would be a good idea. Even if you have all your cards on the table and they're all laying out right and you have the perfect hand, it's still a bad idea. Bide your time. I mean, Rebecca and I are still regretting the fact that we got married so young because it wasn't the right thing to do. We were not in a happy place. We were not in a good part of our relationship when we did get married. So we felt like we had to get married because we had a family, and we didn't. We didn't have to get married. We just felt like that because we wanted to meet the status quo. So if you guys feel like you want to have kids, and then you guys feel like you want to get married, don't follow the status quo. You don't have to get married. A lot of people nowadays go common law married. And that's just my shout out to those who are young parents right now and feel like marriage is the only answer. It doesn't save the family. It doesn't do anything for anyone. It just hurts you in the end, because then if you guys don't work out, you have to go through a bunch of fines, or not fines, but you have to pay out a lot of money, go through a lot of forms, meet up in court, and that's just going through mutual. That's not even going through a or unmutual divorce, however you say it. So, I mean, there's just a lot of key factors that play into it that us as teenagers at that point in time, we didn't understand. We still really don't understand it now. We just live our lives the way that we can as parents, and we just do what we can for our kids, and that's all you can be expected of. But if you feel like you're ready to be a teen parent and you think you have everything ready, it's not a good idea. You're not financially stable enough. You're not mature enough. And even if you feel like you are, you're still probably not. There is a lot of growing that you do. It took me almost 3 years to finally get it through my head that, hey, I need to be a responsible adult and a parent that does the right thing for my kids. It took me almost 3 years to do that. But that's what happens when you have kids when you're young. So get through college, get your career, or, go to vocational school, get your certification, go and get a career that way. Get yourself stable completely. House, car, insurance, credit card, good credit score. The whole 9 yards. And then talk about it. I'm not going to tell you to get married first because I can't say anything about that. Rebecca and I have 3 kids. And one of them came before we were married and the other 2 came after. But still, we probably wouldn't have been married if we didn't feel like we had to be. So, that's just my 2 cents worth. You don't have to take anything I say to heart. You are the controllers of your own destiny. I'm just trying to help you guys out. So, if there's any questions, like specific questions that you have for me, like for financial reasons or for maturity reasons or anything like that, don't be afraid to ask. I'm an open book. I'll tell you whatever you want, and I'll be honest with you. I won't, beat around the bush. I'll tell you how it is. So, anyways, you guys have a great night. I'm sorry I couldn't get the video to you sooner, but I have been busy. I'm going to be working 52 hours this week, and then on top of that, I might be doing the same next week, depending on if I pick up hours at another store again. So, anyways, you guys have a great night, and I look forward to doing my next video. Don't know what it's going to be about yet. I haven't really made up my mind. I have a gaming video idea from the same person who made this comment about making a teen dad video and what I think about it. So, if you see a video of Caden and I playing video games, then you'll know. Anyways, have a great night, guys.